Hey everyone, GeForce41 and welcome to another PGA Tour 2K23 casual course review video. It's been quite some time since I got a course review out to you. Want to do some more playthroughs, and we got a special treat for you today. Our own casuals colleague, DD, has put out a new course. Finally, it's about time, DD. A very experienced designer, very well known in the community, and he has put out Devils Eddy Golf Club. So welcome to the shores of the Delaware River in upstate New York. Very unique course with a routing of, looks like he's got three 6-hole loops. Tuscany-inspired clubhouse. It's a par 70 with 6 par 3s, something DD is very good at. We'll talk about that more later. 8 par 4s, 4 par 5s. Inspired by Stream Song and Cabot Citrus Farms, with design elements by some guy named A.W. Tillinghast. Kidding. Of course, that's a very famous designer for you. Those of you who are not into the golf architecture. So, David goes by DDIXJR509. That's his handle. Has been designing for quite some time. He runs Casuals Premier League with us as well. Of course, I help run Casuals Golf Club, the main golf club, with the help of Eraser Gibb and Chelsea Saint and Ivy Mike. And here we are taking a look at his course. He's starting us off with a bang. Thanks for that little pinch right there, DD. And a bit of a severe drop into a bunker. But we're going to play through, talk about course design. A lot of my playthroughs tend to be with lesser experienced designers to help him out. David is very experienced, so we'll talk about some of the strategy he's going to throw out here. And, see what happens, okay? So it looks pretty cool. You can see it's kind of got like the farm atmosphere. And there you see the river. Nice little plot looks like he's got going here. Got a road going through it. Should be a fun round. I've played it once about a week ago. Let's see what happens. All right. So I've got wind set at northeast medium. Back tees, hole location 1. Everything else is default. I am, 493. I don't want to flirt with that bunker. But you got to start me with the 493 yard par 4 with an elevated green. We're going to have to sneak one in there. Hopefully that's a generous kick to the right. So if you're not familiar with David's work, I'll run through some of his other courses for you. One of the first I remember is Avenue of the Giants way back in 2019. A tree-lined course, kind of reminds me of Sahali, which I believe the women are playing their LPGA championship this weekend. So give them a look-see. Of course, I am connected to the women's game by my coach and his daughter, Megan Kang. So big Megan supporter here. Great family. Her coach is her dad. Brilliant guy. It's helped me tremendously. Get in there. Oh. Trying this new little putter out. It makes me focus. This kind of smaller head in the center shaft. Alright, greens are going 161 as default. Pretty slope green. So this could be a tester, this course. Especially if you play it on some tougher settings. But we will take a par. It's a tough hole to start on. I always, I recommend a easier hole to start on, but nothing wrong with putting a challenge up there first. I get some grief when I put a hard hole out there first, so I've reeled back on that over the years. Like the back tee behind the tees, I call them the BTs behind the tees, going downhill 70 feet about, pending around the corner. All right, so this is going to go through, obviously, right? So here's where the strategery comes in. Got all sorts of bunkering going on. Big green. It's a good thing on a hole like this, but with this wind, you can't really cut it, so I'm dropping down. I'm going to try to draw one here. We even put a little bit of loft on it, because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm never great at these huge elevation changes. Coming off the tee. Throwing the wind there and judging, but I think that's going to be just fine. Again, another severe drop-off, so you'll notice there's a whole bunch of these. That's a common theme in this course. These greens kind of have a ledge and a severe drop-off on one side at least, usually. So there's some trouble to get into here, but you've got a little bit of help over there. We got some helping wind. Do I just throw it there? See what happens? I think so. Oh, thankfully the wind's gonna help me out of dodge there. That's gonna turn out just fine. So another of Didi's courses you might remember is Yeti Creek Black. I think that's one of his more popular ones. I would say that's probably his most well received. I think most people say that's their favorite. Hang on. I tend to mess up when I'm talking and trying to putt. Yeti Creek is a great one. My favorite is actually Turco Preserve. That's a South Africa-based course. I think he did that for World Cup of Design a few years ago. Maybe, gosh, it's probably 3 years ago now, 2021. I love that one. All right, so let's take a look at hole number 3. The river is now coming into play. We've got another par 4 that's about 480. So we've got 3 par 4s, all about 480, 490. Going the other way. So that one was going right to left. This is going left to right. Obviously, this is going to head down to the water. So you got to be careful with this one. And the wind is pushing us to that water. So, I am going to cut this one big time. I'm going to put a little loft on it. Make sure I keep it right. Because I don't want anything to do with that water off to the left. That hill's going to help bring it right back to the middle, and it'll probably go down to be perfect. I'll take that. So far so good, right? So we got some variation on the holes, as any good designer should do, and you've got all sorts of trouble over here. Right. So this is a challenging course, no doubt about it. You want to stay off to the right clearly. The wind is pushing us that way. I'm just going to throw it out here, and again, I'm going to cut it. And we've got a little slope taken that way. I'm not going to mess with that at all. And you notice I'm not even going up to 100 power because that's where I get into trouble. Just taking a simple little backswing. Didi's burned me over the years. Many of a hole. He likes to get me on those dog legs, par 5s with the dog leg with the tree kind of sticking on the corner. I always get stuck behind it. See if he put one of those in here. I don't remember from that one playthrough I did. Okay, what else has he done? Baxter State Park, Andogo Village, which was for the National Treasure, which was tremendous as well. Starlight Lake. I'm missing a few. Bar Harbor, he did it. I don't think he converted that one over. I got a funny story about that in a second. Okay, first par 3. Let's take a look. Pretty simple stuff. Circular green with kind of a little bit of hump in the middle there. And big bunkering going on. Alright, so with this wind in my face, we want to use that backstop 8 miles an hour. I can go even a little bit more with that wind. Throw it right towards the middle. Come on, wind. Of course, I fasted it, and it's just blowing right through everything. Let's see what I can do with this. Ugh, God. Can you imagine this in real life? These these are testers for real, right? Downhill, side hill, in the rough with nothing but trouble over the green. I think a lot of you would probably putt this in real life. Not that that's the right play. But discretion might come into play there in real golf for those of you who do not have confidence in your short game. All right, on to the first par 5. So great planting. I like the planting. Very kind of natural feel. He's got, the trick is always getting these grasses and bushes big enough that you can see them. Not too big that they look ridiculous, like they're on steroids or something. So This is an interesting one. You're heading down into the valley. Look at the bunker. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It's a lot of work, too. Let's go down there again and take a look at the green. Okay. So I think we're going to be able to get there normally, but with this wind, I bet we're not. And I don't, I'm not a long hitter. I've got the archetype that's a shot shaper. What's that called? The archer or something like that. I forget what it is. So I do like to shape my shots, as you've seen already. We are not going to get there. The question is where we're going to go. With that wind, I think we just blast it right there. It's not going to make it uphill and into the wind. That's just going to kick off that and hopefully roll right into that flat area. So far, so good. And I hate how it gives you a pitch, a 90-yard pitch shot. No such thing. But we're going uphill into the wind, 104. With an uphill lie, that should do it. I'm actually even going to do this a little. It's pretty good. It's perfect. Give me a little spin. Come on back. Oh, I thought I'd get a little bit more than that. Oh, and he whiffed. Oh, you're kidding. I thought that was going to move. Okay. Playing it well. Just haven't put one in. Alright, 6 is another par 3. Now this is what DD's, to me, really good at. Unique green shapes on par 3s. The first one was very plain and circular. But he always comes up with a nice unique shape to his par 3s. Something I need to get better at. So that's a pretty interesting kind of, I don't know, almost question marky type of green there. 2 off 5. That wind's going to help a little. It's up. Ooh, I'm way in between clubs. I just got to do that. I'm going to cut it a little. And I pushed it. Stay up. There you go. Not going to be an easy putt. So that's perched on a ledge. You boy. 50 feet, 18 up. I didn't get that enough, did I? That's actually going to be better than I thought. Alright. Yeah, so I like this putter. It makes me focus. I don't like the big mallets on this game for some reason. It just, I don't know, it's just distracting to me. All personal preference, of course. And we go into another par 5. This one hopefully is playing with the wind. Alright, playing with the wind. So I should be able to get there, but we got to shape that a little. That actually should be golden. Some huge bunkering. Look at that. 360. I'll take it. 210 in. Tricky little. That's a tricky little spot right there. That's gonna take it that way. I'm gonna edge that way a little. See what happens. That's gonna fall off to the side. Not that bad. Ah, should put more spin on it. Stop. All right. Dead center. Take that. So there's my first bird. playing this one pretty cautious. You can get into some trouble here, that's for sure. As you notice, I'm not making a lot of course design comments. I should talk a little bit more about the strategy for you newer designers. But here, oh, look at this. Yeah, the classic short 4, right? A TGC Tour staple. I like this one. So this one's, it's a lot of the times you see designers. So let's start talking about strategy. Make it drivable, but you're gonna get yourself into some trouble, right? So I don't hit very long. Most of you are gonna probably hit a little bit longer, and you're gonna have trouble holding the screen, right? So you got a whole lot of trouble, to say the least, behind it. I mean, thanks, Captain Obvious, right? But look at that. So you've got all sorts of trouble. I think most people are going to go for this. If you want to bail out, you've got some room over here, and you've got some options in front, okay? And look, you've got a fatter fairway right there if you just want to put a 3-iron, something like that down there. The wind is with us to make this even more interesting. So that's how you do a short 4, right? Give the player options. You've got options here, you've got options along the side, and you can go for it, okay? You don't want to make it too hard that's ridiculous, but you want to entice them, entice the player to go for it, which clearly I'm going to do here. But with the wind, see, even with me, I got to be careful because I'm going to go through. So I'm going to pull it back a little, see what happens. Downhill, downwind. I might have pulled it off because it's going to hit that and slow down. Take a nice big hop and trickle. And keep going. And keep going. Nice turn right now would be lovely. There you go. Alright, you can stop anytime. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, you son of a bee. Good stuff. Good stuff. So that's a good hole, right? Fun stuff. Get in. Alright. I'll take it. It's funny, I just tend to do my short 4s on the 8th hole too, a lot. That's just the way it's happened. And I was noticing that. I think it's a good spot for those. It's a bit of a change up. Once you've got going. Alright, another 3. Again, you see, look, the unique green shape on the par 3, right? So obviously you're going to have all sorts of interest. When you do this, it creates good, hole location variety, right? You can have one over here, you can have one there, you can have one back here, anywhere along here. So you got options as a designer where you're putting those holes. We've got the wind at our back, so I'm going here. To take it that way, I'm going to cut it a little. Let the wind just kind of take that in there. Nope. Hold that. Look at that. Look at that blue line. There we go. Okay. 2 under on the front. I'm not at all displeased with that. And now another par 3. So back-to-back 3s. This one's 208. Notice he's varying the length. Short one, long one. Now it's a big round green again, okay? So when you're doing your par 3s, variation is the key. Different lengths, different sizes of greens, have them going in different directions with the wind, etc., etc. Now this one's in our face, right? So we just had a short one with the wind at our back. Again, I put this setting at northeast. And now it's in our face, and I'm in between clubs. So I've got my 4 irons 210, and I got a 3 hybrid that goes 240. See if I can just pull it back a little. No, I don't do that much. Oops. Alright, so I got a 50-yard bunker shot here. 57. Take that splash. Get that splash the heck out of there. What's the flop actually? It's a 50. Yeah, no, it's 62 yards. So I need a pitch, and I need my lob wedge. That actually might not even be enough. My sand wedge pitch, 78. That wind, little spin. Nah. Ooh, look at this hole. We got all sorts of yellow going on there. That is a tough spot. Alright. What can I say? First bogue of the day. Another, well, it's not even that short. It's 400. Looks shorter. Sorry. Again, so strategery, folks. Again, there's options. Your 3-wood option isn't great right here. Again, the wind is with us. So the 3-wood's going to go down. I don't think it'll run out. I might actually be going 3-wood over here. Right? You could have something over here. Again, it's 400-yard hole, so you don't want to be too short. And driver's going to go here, but with this wind, that's not a lot of room for me, and it's 17 feet downhill, and that's a tight pin. Oh, jeez. And this whole location. So this is almost Lion's Mouth-y without being a Lion's Mouth. Same kind of concept. Lion's Mouth is a template hole where you got a circular green right in the middle, and it's usually small, and you've got kind of legs off to the side. Same effect here from a strategic standpoint. So you're going to want to approach it from one side or the other depending where that hole is. Meaning you're going to want to put your tee shot on the left or the right of the fairway. If this hole was on the right, I'd have a no-brainer. I'd be going 3-wood over here. With this over here, I got to wind up over here. So I'm going to cut a 3-wood down that side. I fasted it and I drew it, but I think that should... No, that's not going to stay up. Unless I got a really, really fortuitous bounce. Ah, that was a tough one. But I do have the angle, as you can see, in. With the wind, what's that lie? 75%. So that's going to take about 20 yards off. Do that, a little loft, a little this. That's going to wind up okay. I don't run past, but it's going to run way past, actually. Want to make sure to get it there. Speed's going to be the key here. Just get that close. And I got the speed just right. Alright. Take that one and move along. Hanging in there at 1 under. 12. Let's see. Again, look at that green. Look at that ledge on that green. Are you kidding, bro? And look, look at that whole location. Yeah. That is a tough one. That is a tough one. That is certainly going to present a little challenge on the approach. But again, I'm just cutting one right down that right side. I'll kick it back a little bit. You really do want to get way to the right on that one, but I don't know as much you can do here. That wind. Eesh. Honestly, I'm just throwing that up there. Take your 2 putts and go. You really got to draw one in there. Doable, but you're flirting with that bunker if you do it and you pull it. Again, just speed. Speed, stop, 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 stop. Oh, I pushed it, but I got away with it. Alright, get out of Dodge with the 4. Get me the hell out of that one. Move on. So you can see how strategy really adds to the environment and the fun of the course here, right? Because I'm an experienced player. I never professed to be a good player. But really, course is making you think, right? So that's what a good designer does. And it makes it more fun, right? And the challenge is what it's all about. Even though we can all bomb at 360 yards downhill. So again, unique shaped green, got a bunker in the middle. Depending on which side of that green the hole is on is going to dictate what you're doing. The challenge here is I don't want to wind up in that bunker, but I want to be right as possible. Right? So again, I think I'm going to hit one this way and cut it. So you see I like to just shape it a little bit. Just that little bit helps keep it where I want off the tee. Anything bigger, it gets unwieldy and really wild. But just shape it a little bit. Really helps hold it against the wind. Move it in the direction that you want. It's a good lie. 5-mile-an-hour winds. I think I'm fine as is. I might just bump it a little forward. I didn't need the bump. A little bit better with a little bit more spin, but I fasted it. Alright, makeable. Let's do it. Ah, bad putt. Take the par, move along, kid. Alright, moving into another par 3. Along the riverbank here. Some nice, so look how the planting adds to this one. I like this. Very nicely done. Look, another unique green shape, right? Just not boring circles shapes. Again, add some variety. This is going to play difficult. Look at that hill, okay? So, I think for me, I think I just want to throw it that way. That wind's going to take it. I'm actually going to, believe it or not. Talk about wimpy. Slowed it. Alright, I think this is a green chipper. You do have to green chip here. This is legal. So all you green chippers out there, if your putt is impeded, yes, that's when you can green chip. So Eraser Gibb, if you're watching, forgive me. But this is a legal green chip. And it went nowhere. So now you know I'm not an experienced green chipper, everybody. Oh, I'm not going to wind up double if I'm lucky. Man, try and avoid the double for the entire round. Alright, par 5 to make it up. So, we've got all sorts of bunkering here. Apparently we're at Oakmont now. What the hell is that, my friend? Ooh boy. So, I remember from my first go-around, this is a one-hole DD that I just didn't agree with. I don't like that at all, my friend. Too big, too much, too intrusive for me. Not a bad idea having a little small pot bunker there. That, I don't know what's going on there. But maybe that's from a Tillinghast inspiration that I don't know about. But with that there, I think with that not there, I'd be fine with it. But this and that, nah. To me. Pretty, but no thanks. So, let's see. I've got some room, so I'm just doing this. Because ideally you want to be on the left there, but there's just no room over there. With that wind, I'm just going to throw it here. I still got plenty of room in front. And I'm not going to make it anyway. But I can chip one up. So I'll make sure that doesn't bounce into the crap. So, oh, what was that? Man. Heavy rough now. Hopefully that will get a roll and get close. Alright, not bad. Makeable. Pushed it. Nope. Yikes. So I'm 1 over now. With 3 to play. See if I can get this back under. Or at least to even. See, wow, look at that hill. So that's going to be interesting. And assume this is OB. Yeah, oh, there's OB down on the left, too. Yeeks. Yeah, because there's the farm over there. And where do we want to be? You do want to be up there, so hit it into the hill. See what happens. Takes you right down to the flat. So yeah, it's a fun course. As you can see, there's all sorts of options and things you could do. I think 104 for me right here is just perfect. Get on in there. I can hit that hill, bounce forward, spin. Hey! Dead central. Back to even. After that awful double on 14. And not executed on the par 5. We're going into 17. 35 feet up. Again, you can see another unique green shape, mound in the middle. Ledges dropping off every which way. Got to give this plenty of club. And I'm trying not to kill it and fast it, so I'm getting a few slows here. That's my tendency, is to fast it and kind of pull hook it. Another little tester, but I think here we just do a little this action. Take the hill. Ah, too much spin. That's fine. Alright, I got a par 5. See if I can break par. See what happens here. 38 feet down. Green. Okay, it's off to the right of the hole. I'm sorry, of the green. Killed it. Fast, but flushed it. So, no complaints there. Give me a little roll. Give me a little more roll. 330. A little bit of a side hill downhill. Definitely be able to get it there. We gotta put this way up there. Way up there. Wow. Look at that. Oh boy, did I push that. And I've managed to stay away from the cliffs of doom. Ha! Until the 18th hole. Wait till we get a peek at this. Where's my caddy? Hey, where's my caddy? Oh God, look at that. Way over my head. Gonna flop this. Forget about this. Whoops, sorry about that. Flop is gonna go 40 yards. There we go. All right. Kicking bird on a par 5 to finish. Awesome job, DD. Devils Eddy. Very tough course. So if you like tough courses, you want to challenge, crank it up. Crank up the wind a little bit. I think the green speeds are fine with the default, but if you really want to challenge, crank up the green speed a little. I can't imagine playing this with greens any faster than this. But awesome course. We will feature this in Casuals Golf Club next season. We're at the end of season, I believe it's 36, so look for this the first week or two of season 37, coming up probably sometime in July. All right? Awesome. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you real soon. Bye for now.